Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Matt here, also known as the Delco Dope. You can follow me on Twitter at Delco_Dope or Facebook and Instagram, Delco Dope Sports. A couple things I wanted to touch on as I continue to get these videos going. This is not an easy project for me. I probably tape 3 or 4 videos because I stumble over my own words, and it doesn't sound really good to me, so I make about 7 before I post one. Now that you know all that information and what goes on to putting one of these videos out there, here we go. I just wanted to touch base on 2 things. Number one, we'll start with the Flyers. Last night, a big win over the Chicago Blackhawks. Some key points to take away was that Brian Elliott looks really good in net. Now, he only faced 24 shots, but he was in position a lot. Like when Chicago looked like they were going to have an open spot, he closed the gaps, forcing Chicago forwards to maybe shoot quicker than they were, high and wide. A couple post rang in there. Just solid game. One thing that kind of worries me, Elliott does handle the puck a little bit too much when maybe you just want him to throw the glove on it and freeze it and live to get the face off. He kind of wants to play with it. It didn't bite him last night, but potentially a quicker team like maybe in Edmonton, Connor McDavid might jump on that and get that in the net. But so just something to think about for us as fans. I mean, I'm not a goalie coach, and I certainly never played goalie, so who am I? I just watch and analyze and try and critique in a positive method because I want to be a positive fan and a positive reporter for the Flyers. Joel Farabee looked great. He was all over the ice. He was making plays. He put one in the back of the net and had 2 assists, although the goal and another assist got called back due to offsides. Clear offside, so you can't really be upset about it, but it was showing his skill set. He's got the skills. I mean, that goal was pretty cool. He got free, took a shot, goalie stopped it, got his own rebound, buried it. I mean, his skill set is there. In just a second game, he got his first NHL point. It could have been a multi-point game. Just some of those things like the offsides, that'll come with just continuing to practice with Hayes and kind of finding out each other's strengths and weaknesses in terms of where they're going to be, speed, and so forth. But I'm really excited, and you should be too, about Farabee. This guy really has got some talent, and he's solidifying that third line as a good scoring line. I mean, man, they got the Flyers now have 3 lines that can score, especially with Giroux and JVR getting off the schneid. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about the Phillies. They announced their 55th manager and Joe Girardi. This is an excellent pick. Girardi was the youngest of the 3 they wanted to hire. Now, there was a lot of worry from some that they would go with Buck Showalter because of his connection with Clentak and Andy McPhail down in Baltimore. I'm glad they didn't go. I have nothing against Buck Showalter. I think he's a very good manager, but I think they needed somebody with a little bit younger that could relate, but also is going to take this team forward. Now, Girardi has a 988 and 794 record. He has 1 World Series victory with the Yankees against the Phillies, sadly, but he also coached the Marlins and was named NL Manager of the Year, having a losing record for the Marlins. That says something, that if you're Manager of the Year, yet your team had a losing record, that means you really built them up from what they were the year before. And I think Girardi, the year before, the Marlins were terrible. So to have that 78 and 86 record, I think was when he won that National League Manager of the Year, is something just to kind of think about and be like, hey, this guy can manage a ball game. And I hope he gets in there. I hope he kind of like gets his stamp on it, gets his kind of people in that he wants, gets some pitching help. We need the pitching help fills. But the press conference is set for Monday. I'm hoping to get down there to represent Philly Sports Network, and we'll go from there. I hope before I go here, I am writing Flyers content now for PhillySportsNetwork.com, so remember to check that out. I have my first piece on Shane Gostisbehere and his struggles. I might do a video later on more on him about some of the things I saw last night. My second piece is coming out today, the takeaways I had from the game last night. Please give it a read. Comment on it. Guys, I need some feedback to see how I'm doing, what you guys, and also what you guys kind of want to read about from me as I continue this fun journey here with Philly Sports Network, and go forward that way. This is going to be one of those. It's a learning curve. I'm still learning how to write and stuff, and I appreciate your patience, but I also want your feedback. If you have questions you want answered, do like a little bit of a mailbag. Maybe we can go that route as well. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope the Eagles go down up to Buffalo and kick the crap out of them, and the Flyers win tonight against the Blue Jackets, a team they struggled with last year. So everyone have a great weekend. Let's go Flyers. Let's go Birds.